welcome back to Hometalk. My name is Lily, and you can visit my blog at lilyotter.com, which is right over there. Today we're going to be working with canvas. I hope you guys love working with canvas because we're going to be poking LED lights through it. So I'll show you guys how it lights up after. Okay. So to begin, we're going to be doing a Halloween themed one, and you're going to need a Halloween printable, which you can get on my blog. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this out.
Kathy says hi. Marina says hi.
Hi guys, let us know where you're tuning in from.
DJ, hello. Sherry, hello.
Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm not doing a perfect job, I'm just getting the overall shape. And you guys could totally do this for Christmas with a Christmas tree. And the nice thing about this is you can have it as a night light hanging in your hallway to the bathroom or in your kids' bedroom. So this is pretty cool. You guys could do anything you like. So.
Hello, Chicago, Texas,
Okay,
Colorado.
so we have our moon shape. So if you were to do a Christmas tree, you would do the same thing with the Christmas tree. Just get the silhouette. And then I'm going to try to get it as even as possible on this canvas. I don't know which way a moon's supposed to be facing, but I'm going to try it this way.
Hello from St. Louis, Tennessee.
Hi guys. So
Florida.
Where has it snowed already? We haven't had snow in Idaho yet. Well,
yeah, we did.
In the mountains, not here. Our little guy can't wait. He wakes up every morning and asks if it snowed yet, because he knows if it snows, it's Christmas time and presents are near. So.
Hello, Louisiana, Kentucky, Oklahoma,
Hi,
Ontario,
guys.
Canada, Tennessee. Hello.
Okay, so I went ahead and traced my moon. I didn't do a perfect job. We just need the shape. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mask it off because it's going to get kind of messy. So, what would you guys make out of this? Would you guys do a Christmas tree?
Well, when it's Christmas.
Yeah, probably. I think I need to do a Christmas tree one. I'd like a Christmas tree one. I was wondering how this would look, the whole light up effect with string art. I don't know how many of you guys know string art. I have some on my website. You guys can check it out. It's the Mother's Day gift I did for string art. It's actually pretty cute, but I wonder how this would look if you were to add LEDs to string art. Has anyone ever done that? Okay, so we're just taping it off.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, because we're going to be using metal dishwashing scrubby for the rest, so you guys don't have to be perfect, okay? So we need to add some sort of a texture to this, so, and it keeps getting stuck. There you go. And you can get this masking tape anywhere. I'm pretty sure the dollar store even sells some sort of a masking tape, don't they, hon?
Yeah, but the better quality ones are at Home Depot.
Yeah. Well, for this project, you don't need anything expensive, you guys. So you could probably just even use that cheap little office tape. That would work too. If it sticks to the canvas, you're good to go.
As long as it doesn't leave any residue when you pull it off.
Yeah. Okay. So for the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a regular piece of paper and I'm going to add some black paint to it. So I'm just using whatever paint I have around the house. This will work with any acrylic paint. And I'm using my chalk paint from Walmart.
Okay, what are we making again?
We are making a light up canvas. So we're going to make this moon glow once it's done, okay?
So our comments froze again?
Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so sorry. Our comments are not working, so if you guys have any questions, please ask all the questions and I'll go over all the questions and answer them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll try and be as descriptive as possible since we're not seeing the comments, so hopefully I'll answer your guys' questions. So we're just using plain black paint, and this is one of those metal scrubbies that you wash your dishes with. I got this at the dollar store, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm sorry you guys, ignore my nails. You can tell I do DIY. So I'm going to go ahead and dip it in and I'm gonna give this moon a texture. So,
Again, we're not getting your comments, so we'll have to answer them after.
sorry you guys. So I'm just gonna keep applying this, and you keep adding more and more until it's kind of like an even, you have an even texture all over the whole moon, okay? And the reason I'm doing it with a scrubby is because you can't really do this with a paintbrush and get the same effect. Or if you do, it would take forever because you'd have to use a super tiny paintbrush and dab a lot. So, okay. I'm gonna use some more paint.
So what kind of paint are we using?
We are just using regular acrylic paint, and the one I have is actually chalk paint, so. Yeah.
So we're doing this on a canvas.
Yep, just a canvas. So we're gonna be adding lanterns right now, and we're gonna add some glow lights to the lanterns, okay? So this looks kind of even. I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off, you guys.
Can you use a sponge for this? Yeah, you can use a sponge.
I'm sure you can, yeah.
Just lightly tap it on the canvas.
I'm sure you can. Yep. I would try it. I don't think it would hurt. I think it would give you an even texture a lot quicker than this would, so. Because it took us a while to get an even texture. And if I was taking my time, I'd probably add more on the edges. So for our next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this knife because I'm going to be using it to add my, what are they called? Strings or... Okay, for the next step, we're going to use some yellow, orange, and white paint. And we're going to be making the glow lights. So we're going to be adding little lanterns that are going to hang off the moon. I got my little jars right here. I'm going to mix in my yellow and my orange. So our lanterns are going to glow yellow and orange. And for the yellow and orange one, what we're going to do is we're actually going to make them like a pastel color. So you're actually going to mix it with a little bit of white, okay?
Again, you guys, we're not getting your comments, so we'll answer them after the video's done.
So we're going to go ahead and add. So we're making both of these colors pastel. And these are just regular Basics brand. I got these at Michael's. They sell like a whole set. I'm sure if you had the regular Walmart brand, the acrylic paints that they sell, like the 50-cent ones, those would work just as good, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix this up a little. And then I'm going to do the same with the orange. I'm going to mix the orange up a little. And you're going to need to use Q-tips for this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my Q-tips out. So what we're going to be doing with the Q-tips is we're going to be blending. So if you're ever doing any kind of glow lights and you have a hard time blending, this is an awesome way to blend, you guys. I love doing it like this. So
where do you get these little cuppy things?
These are just from the dollar store, and these are actually awesome, you guys. I've been using these for a while to keep my paint, and the nice thing is sometimes you don't finish painting a project right away, and you've mixed a specific color, so you can just put the lid on, and it holds up for about 3 days. So I'm dipping my paintbrush in just the regular pastel yellow. So it's not the clear yellow, it's the one mixed with the white and yellow. And I'm just doing circles right where I want my lantern. So I want one somewhere around there, maybe one lower right here. So, and I'm just doing a little bit of yellow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and take my pastel orange, and I'm going to do a super thin line around the edges of the orange. And this doesn't have to be perfect. As you guys can tell, my hand is totally jittery, and I'm still trying to make this work. So if you don't have steady hands, this would work. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm going to dip in a tiny bit of water, and I'm just going to blend this right out. So we're just going to try and make this glow, okay? So, and as you can tell, I try to keep the center of the glow light as clean as possible. So look at that. And then we're going to do the same thing with this. So make sure you're not using an orange that is way too dark. Okay. So, and then to finish off your glow lights, you can add more yellow on the edges or whatever you like, but what I like to do to mine, I feel like it makes them pop, is, and I feel like these are way too tiny. I take the regular yellow, just the normal yellow, then I do a few streaks on the edges, just like that. And this kind of makes them pop, okay? And you could keep blending with your Q-tip. If you added too much and you feel like it's not working, add more. So see, they kind of look like glow lights. And then once you're done with the glow lights, you add your lanterns on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my lanterns on top, you guys. So, and this is super easy. You guys could totally do this with just yellow if you don't have orange and a Q-tip, if you don't have brushes. So this is one of those projects that's fun. Just use things you have around the house. Okay, for our next step, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you guys how I went ahead and added my, what are they called? The little strings. So I'm gonna use my black paint that I have over here, and I'm gonna take my spatula. I don't remember what this is called. I believe it's like the palette mixing knife. As you can tell, I use mine a lot. I purchased this one at Michael's. I know that they sell them at Walmart, but Walmart sells the plastic ones and they're a lot thicker. See how this one is like super thin? So I like that this one gives me a super thin line, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my black paint, spread it out nice and thin, and then I'm gonna try to apply a thin line just on the edge, and you can test out and see if you can get a straight line off of that. You see? So it looks like it's giving us a straight line. We're gonna go ahead and try adding this to the lantern. So try and keep, there you go. So just like that, and then, well, it's out, so we have to go in again. And once again, you guys, like I said, you don't have to have a super steady hand. My hands are totally shaking right now. But I'm just putting pressure down and I'm pulling down, okay? And you guys can kind of tilt it sideways if it's not working. This one, I think I'm not getting enough paint on it or something. There you go. But there, you have your little lines. And then for the moon I had before, and you can keep adding more if you want, say for example, more lanterns. And once the black dries, you can finish adding the lantern on the bottom. So you can have as many lanterns as you want sticking out of it. Just like that. And then I also, for my first one that I did, I added little, what are they called? If you guys want to add little candles. So the way you'd add the little candles is you just do the pastel yellow. You blend the pastel yellow out just like that. And then instead of keeping it just yellow, you actually add an orange flame. So I went ahead and I took my orange and I just added a tiny little flame. Just like that. Once you have your flame, then you can go in on your black. If you're doing black candles, then you can add the candle just like that. There, you have like a little
candle.
Yeah, with a flame. So the candles I did a little different. I actually added more orange because you want to see the flame on that. For the lanterns, you just want it to glow. So now I'm going to show you guys how I did my lanterns. And this paintbrush needs to be...
So you're just dipping it in regular water, right?
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is sharpen off my paintbrush because I feel like it's not
sharp enough.
Yes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start adding, hopefully the yellow is dry, I'm gonna start adding a lantern. So and I'm just trying I'm gonna try doing this without getting messy here because everything's still wet. So I'm just adding so pretty much you're drawing a box and then you're connecting it with a triangle on top. So this is super easy. And then you draw another triangle on the bottom. And you can do like a little dot or a sharp tip, whatever you want. And then all you're gonna do is add, well, if I can, there, this might be better for you guys too. So I'm gonna add little lines for the glass. Just like that. And you guys could do a round one, you guys could do whatever you want. So I had one that was rounder. So they don't have to be like the square lanterns. They could be whatever you guys choose to go with. And this is super messy, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My hands are not doing good right now. Okay, so
it's gonna look good and hanging up.
So that's how we get the glow lights, and you guys could add more yellow if you want, and you guys can add what are they called? The candles in between, all in between. I'm gonna show you guys how I added the candles on the black area, because it's actually a different technique to add on the black too. So I'm gonna move this one to the side, and I'm gonna pull out one that's already dry. So I'm gonna show you guys how you can add black to this. So this is what it looks like if you actually take your time. So I had my, see how the lanterns aren't all just square. This one I drew like a square. This one was tilted in like that. And then this one was like the square, like the one I showed you the first time. So you just draw a square and then 2 triangles on both ends, and you add the lines in between. And the way I did this was, you guys, I actually Googled lantern images, and I kind of just got ideas off that. So, because I'm not really good with just off the top of my head imagination for lanterns. I don't know what they're supposed to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. See how on here I actually did white candles, and the glow effect is a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I did that. So for these, you actually use a lot more white. I don't know where I should do this. This looks like a good empty spot. So for these, I just use white and yellow. You don't use orange at all. So you do white in the middle and yellow on the edges, okay?
And the reason you're not doing it on the other canvas is because it has to be dry.
Yeah, you guys, it has to be dry. That's why I pulled this one out. So make sure your black dries. And if you want, what you can do is you can totally do everything black, like dry your lines and everything, and then do your glow lights. So let everything black dry and then add your glow lights. You could add your glow lights on top of your lanterns if you're not sure. If you don't know how to, if you want to do the glow lights first or after, but that's actually how I did it. I did the lanterns first, and then I added the glow lights. So I did white and yellow, and you just keep adding yellow and white in the middle for this one. You don't add orange. So just like that. You could keep adding white. The more white you add to this, the more it'll glow, because you have the contrast. So kind of like that. And you guys can see I did another one there. So, and it's your guys' preference. You could totally add orange if you'd like. So, but to do these little dots, I actually went ahead and dipped my brush. I made sure it was sharp, and then I literally just dabbed a row onto there. And you guys could totally do them if you're into this stringy stuff. You guys could do like a rounded, kind of like a banner going across, and they look like black pearls. See? So they look kind of cute. So you guys can play with this, and if you guys are doing a Christmas tree, you could totally do all this with a Christmas tree. You could do these little lights, different lights. They could all be different Christmas color lights. So for the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to poke holes. So the way I did this is, if you're doing a Christmas tree or whatever you're planning on doing, make sure you do it all across the edges first before you start filling in the center. So I went ahead and I did it all across the edges. As you can see, all these LED lights. And then all I did was I took my X-Acto knife, I poked it in, and you have to just turn it a few times, and it has to be big enough for your lights to go through. And then all I did was I turned it around, and this was all once it's dry, so make sure it's dry. You don't want to get it all messy. So those are 2 of the older holes, and this is the newer one, so you just need to make sure it sticks right in there. But before you stick it in there, you need to add just the tiniest bit of hot glue. So not a lot of hot glue, guys, just a little bit. And that'll keep it holding. I tried it without hot glue. You guys, it actually didn't hold up really well. So Make sure and use hot glue for this because they're just gonna fly right out.
Okay, where'd you buy the LED lights?
So these LED lights are actually from Walmart, you guys. So they actually have them right now on their shelves. I know that they only have them during Christmas season. So I bought these a couple years ago during Christmas season, but I was at Walmart a couple days ago and they had them. So I would go ahead and check out Walmart. I know that these tips, I don't know if you, well, if I can pull one out for you guys can see. These tips work the best for this project because they're just round, tiny little LED tips, okay? I know that they sell the regular Christmas lights. You can try it with that, but I feel like you're gonna have to make super huge holes in your canvas and they might stick out way too much. Like as you guys can see, this doesn't stick out much. You can barely even see them. So that's why I like when you turn on and it glows, it's almost like you didn't know it was supposed to glow and it glows. So yeah, what do you guys think? Would you do a Christmas tree or a moon like this? Anyways, I guess that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. I think that's all. You guys can go ahead and check out my blog. We just did a dining table that we just finished up, so you guys go check that out. That's one of my latest posts. I can't do live videos on building dining tables, but you guys can totally check it out if you go lilyarter.com. And thank you so much for visiting Hometalk. I hope to see you again next time.
Thank you.